when I heard your story on stage, and then you grew a company to around
No,
$150 million.
100 plus million dollars.
Okay, now when you say that, what do you mean? That's annual revenue or the valuation?
Revenue. No, annual revenue.
And like when somebody says annual revenue, it doesn't mean that you have 100 million, 50 million in your
No,
in your pocket.
100% no.
Profit is like probably 20% good profit margin,
Five, seven. So
7% profit.
yeah, so the thing is sometimes a lot of people think doing big revenues is good, and it's not. You got to concentrate on adding value to the customer and how you add, get your maximum profits from what you're doing. So we was always crushing it, right? We had a lot of tension and other stuff, but at the end of the day, we was only probably bringing 5, 7% profit. I'd rather be doing 20 million than doing 20% profit, right? So you concentrate on better customers or be better for your customers so you can add more value and you can be more profitable because when you expand too much, when you thin and narrow and wide, is domino effect. Something falls down, it affects the rest of the jobs, the rest of the business, the rest of the company, the rest of the profits, because you got to rob Peter to pay Paul. So you're going through all these situations that is no fun.
So we've got a question come in here. What kept you going, Victor? How did you deal with what you didn't know when you talk about you don't know what you don't know?
So that's great. A lot of times in life, we are business owners. We think we know it all, right? Because we're good or something. So you go into the process and you get locked down in the business, and you don't see the outside, what's happening around, and really you don't have anybody telling you, anybody guiding you. You don't have any mentors. You don't have any experience. When you're in the weeds, in the trenches, you don't got time to ask questions. And somebody probably out there told me, "Hey, Victor, you're doing this wrong." I didn't listen. I was too busy trying to grow a business and I was building it wrong. So what kept me going is that I wanted to be obsessed on making it to prove that it can be done, and who can I bring into the process. So I was adapting pieces in my breakpoints in the business. I noticed that they were paying for themselves and I was bringing more quality to the customer and I was making a little bit more profit. But then you grow a little bit more, the profits come down. But I didn't understand none of that into I finally say I'm doing something wrong. About 4 years ago, I said no, I'm doing something wrong. I got to ask the opinion or something. I went to Tony Robbins and I said, no, this is not for me. This is
How,
too inspirational.
hold on, how did you, a construction guy, sorry, I'm judging, okay? But like you're a construction guy, you're a hard labor guy. How on earth do you get involved with think, oh, I'm going to go to Tony
If
Robbins?
you don't have the data, you don't got the process, you don't got all this, it's going to be impossible for you to survive. So you have to be an entrepreneur, a visionary, somebody that willing to go through risk. So that opens your mind to look for options. You got to look at videos. You got to look at how can you do it different, right? So actually, it was almost 5 years ago. I went and see him, and I'm like, no, this is not for me. And then I walk into a seminar with Grant Cardone, and this fucking guy comes in, and I'm sorry, my language. This guy is like, it was during COVID. He like, guys, thank you for coming over here. Um, we're gonna put you all together. I don't care if you die from COVID. I'm gonna teach you what I have. I say, this is my guy. So I'm like, perfect. And then out of nowhere, Brandon started coming in with his glasses and did a little bit of speech. I say, this is it. So I went from Tony Robbins to Grant Cardone and then to Brandon Dawson. I push everybody away. I stick with Brandon Dawson and follow Brandon Dawson's lead, right? So now he's my mentor. I call him my mentor, my friend, and he calls me that too. But what I'm saying is that you have that vision that you want to do big things, so you're going to do whatever it takes when you're failing to be able to see what are you doing wrong so you can bring it back up, because you got a team. You got a team. Back then we was doing like $37 million.
You know a little bit about me and what I do, right? I came from
Mm-hmm.
corporate Swiss banking, hit a glass ceiling, and I don't want to be working for anybody, especially those that don't believe in you, because you feel like you always got more to give and you're leaving something on the table. I'm not saying
Always.
being employee is a bad thing. I mean, I think that it can be a great thing as well. But for me, I got to the stage in my life said I'm waiting for somebody to give me an opportunity, and I'm like, I'm done
No, you got to
waiting.
create it. You got to create it. Actually, right now, starting a business, I don't think is a good idea. I think right now, figure out how you can be the person that can take the business to the next level, identify the weakness and the problems of the company, and go to the owner and say, "Look, let me fix this for you. Let me prove you. Let me show you. Can you give me part of your business?" That easy. Right now, we're in the era of collaboration is the new currency, right? So why start a business where there's so many businesses falling apart that you can come and add something, do something to them, improve them based on your knowledge. And if you can identify pieces you want to go and grow a business, it's harder. Just stick with that one and you get 10%, it'll be better than 100% of a business that you're going to go and fail because the reason you're probably going in because you're probably the visionary, or you're probably the doer, or you're probably the manager. So you still need the other two. You can't do it all and you're going to fail and you're going to do deep pockets. You're going to be miserable. You're going to work a lot of hours in your life. You're going to work almost 24/7.
So you think I should go in with, for example, a partnership with a company to make a difference?
I will go right now. If I start from zero, I will go and figure out the weakness of a company and I will impact the weakness of that. I'll go and work for them and I will say, I'm going to prove you I can bring the company to this level based on what I'm going to do. Whatever you master and help them, show them and say, I want 20% or 30% of your company. You can go to a $20 million company right now, a $30 million company. They're failing. There's a lot of businesses that they're falling apart because they're not adapting fast enough. They're not adapting to all these technology software, CRMs, and they're integrated. They're probably getting close to retire, or there's a lot of situations out there.
I know you did the 10x360 program, I did it too, and that's all about leadership. It's all about personal, professional, financial goals. It's about being authentic leaders, the people keys, and all that. How important do you think that is?
The 10x360 actually is I really look as the first step where you can see the future of what you need in your leadership, what do you need on your growth. Are you ready to go in for what's next? It prepares you and it puts you there so you can see where you at and where you're heading and how you're gonna get there. Where you decide to go on to the next level, that's when you commit. But you need that 360 to be able to commit because all of us business owners, we're committed. But it's not into Brandon or one of his team shows you like the platform or how everything can look if you do everything right based on his 72 whatever, yeah, based on what he teach you, and then from there you see the future. But there's probably a lot of other companies that can help you do that, but I know that Brandon is number one in the world right now.
I'll give you an example. Somebody from, who really is a phenomenal leadership coach, who can really turn around leaders in huge companies. What One of the questions we had is, what should they be doing right now to get more business to expand?
Yeah, number one,
Do you believe in
they
that
need
business, by the way, leadership coaching?
100%. 100%. Everything falls back on leadership. John C. Maxwell talks about that, the law of the leadership. Everything falls back on leadership, right? So for a lot of those coaches, I really believe that stay consistent is one thing, and showing their leadership and how they can carry leadership in others and carry them with them, right? The problem where they're going to fail and how they can mentor these leaders that are business successful business owners is they're going to get when they're going to get in the problem where the business owner is going to ask them how big you grow your last business, right? So the business guy is going to stop the coaching, the leadership coaching, just because he doesn't believe on how big of a team or how big of a revenue he grow in his business, because we're supposed to ask those questions. You bring a CFO, you bring a COO, anybody, you got to ask what's the biggest thing and what is it for them if they're doing more than what you're trying to go. So what I'm saying is, most of the time on the leadership team is like, what is your experience and how big you grow your last business, and he didn't have no business. So what is it for me to hire you? What leadership? Who you lead, right? How many people you lead? Why you talk about leadership? Because a lot of people get inspired from listening to John C. Maxwell or all these leaders out there, and they get it. They put a plan together, but the question becomes like, what is the biggest thing that you grow? What's the biggest crew that you lead, and stuff like that? And that's what's holding you from keep going more on steps. to keep growing in your potential, in your way to success, whatever you wanted to
So
achieve.
if a leadership coach was influential in the leadership of a, I don't know, a $30 million revenue company and help them get clarity, retain their staff, improve performance, and improve, that could be a metric that could be interesting.
Yeah, but what is your experience? How do you hold that team, right?
Okay.
Because why? Okay, see, if it's a coach, right? So you also don't want to bring the wrong coach to your system, because now what is the biggest thing that this coach built, right? Because now what's going to happen is, to retain your team, your leadership got to be way up. But if it's an outside person, let's say you fire him because it's costing you money, whatever. Now you don't have this person. Now this team can go away. So the leader needs to be mentored by the leader coach, right? So he can help the leader coach, the leader owner, keep going, elevating themselves, so he can keep attracting his team.
Should I be sharing my weaknesses?
You got to share your weaknesses. Always talk about this. All depends on the circle that you're in. If I'm in a great circle where there's a lot of leaders, I want to show them my weakness so they can help me improve those weaknesses.
Got it.
100%. You go, you show your weaknesses to your team and all that stuff, you're falling apart. They're gonna leave you. They're gonna leave you. You got to figure out your weaknesses with that coach and get them out, so you can come back to your company and actually direct your team, so that you can keep attracting your team to keep following you.
Where are you learning from? Where are you learning all this from?
Experience, bro. I went down through a lot of BS in my life, and from cancer with my kids, from coming here early, from people not believing in you, from you proving every day who you are and who you need to be and where you're heading. It's super impossible. And it's not that people don't believe, it's just that you don't believe. How do you break that habit of you, from building business, from people screwing you, from time, money, and energy, from mentors, from when you add all these pieces together, and now you got AI, now you believe on a God, you believe on somebody. So when you put all this stuff together, and finally you see the vision and you start putting your own things, your own life together, and how you're gonna get there, right? So that's where I'm learning life, and I pay mentors to have mentors, and then problems I think is the best, because it will give you a solution. Any problem, I love problems. The bigger the problem, the bigger the solution. If you're not setting yourself to fail, you're not making a lot of decisions.
You remind me, I read that book from the Netflix founder, and he said this when he started Netflix. Um, he said, "What's our success rate?" And every show was a hit. And he told his team, if I remember correctly, um, "Our success rate is too high. We're not taking enough risks. Push the
100%.
boundaries further."
You said it at the beginning when you start, that we have so much to give. We have so much potential, and you said it something like that, like, I don't think we're use it enough. Yeah, 100%. This body, this mind is designed to protect, right? Is designed to go into fire and adjust to fire, and we don't push ourselves nothing. We're so comfortable in our freaking lives that we think everything is gonna come handle because you did one thing right. Yes, back then, back in the 93, 97, 2002, yeah, you do one thing, you can keep that momentum. Right now, you have to stay consistent every day, every minute, every hour. You got to be winning every day. You cannot go back and say, "Oh yeah, I did great." Yeah, what do you do now? No, you got to keep going, because that's what life is right now. Whoever not stay consistent on their BS, on whatever they want to go, it's coming out. It's coming. It's not going to fit on this world. A lot of the people, the older people, say, "Oh, I don't know what's going to happen to this world." The kids look at the kids. Yeah, those kids are running this world, guys, right now. It's crazy, but those kids are running this world. They just let us live. So either you adjust to all this technology, all this BS that's happening, or you're gonna get left out, left behind. Yeah, you're gonna survive. You're gonna be out there in a corner, and complain that they did this to you and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, no, I'd rather not be that person. I'd rather be the person that is going to go and crush it. I want to be the one showing the sample for these kids. Hey, I want to be like you guys. I want to be crazy. I want to be innovators. I want to be YouTubers. I want to be, I don't know. I hate all that, but guess what? I got to do it. If I want to be successful, I want to lead my team. I have to do it. I have to. As a leader, I have to try everything and anything. I say, I say that I will do whatever it takes, even if I got to sell my body, whatever I got to do. If I got to rent myself, whatever I got to do, I will do it because I'm not stopping. I got to keep going, Faisal. That's why when you say that the people's comfortable, they're really, really comfortable. They're really, 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 really comfortable in their lives. Nobody is given not even a 40%, not even 40%. I don't care who's watching right now. They're not giving their 40. I want their 60. And you see how much their lives are going to improve. Nobody's obsessed to their success. They're obsessed that somebody's going to give them the success.
Somebody just shared this quote. Richard Branson says, train people well enough so they can leave, treat them well enough so they don't want to.
Yeah, don't. Yeah, he's right. 100% right. A lot of people, a lot of business owners, what do we do? We pay them enough so they don't leave, and they do enough so you don't fire them. So just treat them well. Go back, check their what are they making, what are they doing, all that stuff. Hold them accountable and pay them whatever they deserve. Because sometimes you bring other people that they're gonna come and clean some of your BS, but you got teams in your company that doing a well job, and because they've been with you or their family members or whatever, you just that you're not paying them enough.
I got a question for you now about my business because you know
Oh,
what we do at the In
oh my
Academy.
God.
We help people with LinkedIn. We help them find clients, blow up. I asked ChatGPT earlier, um, what do you know about Victor Galvan? That's all it says, and it's kind of like, can you see that? All that
Yeah, who
text.
Victor Galvan is. Victor Galvan is a business owner, investor, life coach, speaker, and host of the 24/7 Mindset podcast. He also promotes mentorship and business, blah, blah, blah. Yep, yep, yep.
So can you see where it looked first? Where the
LinkedIn.
LinkedIn?
LinkedIn.
What do you know about LinkedIn, my man? My 30-year-old
I
veteran
uh
coach.
I put all my eggs in LinkedIn. LinkedIn.
Why?
LinkedIn is the next big thing.
Why do
I
you say that?
you know, this is LinkedIn is where decision makers are. Every person that's on LinkedIn is a decision maker. If you got access to decision makers that easy and you're not promoting yourself on LinkedIn, you're not all in on LinkedIn, you're missing something big. Uh, I don't believe no more in Instagram, TikTok, yeah, because you may go viral something that attract your business. Facebook, if you're doing service, 100% Facebook. You need to be on Facebook, 100% if you do service, because that's where the older people that still own houses that's gonna call you, right? But yeah, LinkedIn is the next big thing to blow your businesses and to take your business to the next level. I really believe that LinkedIn is the next big thing, and I still gonna put all my eggs in there. And you know me, I'm committed to you. I know you been helping me, supporting me from a long time. Make LinkedIn great again, right? We met we met a long time ago, and I I was thinking same as you. We align right there.
No, I love that. Victor, you must get a lot of people trying to sell to you, trying to ask you for something, ask you for a favor. Can you get me a job? Can you give me money? Can you start my
On
um
LinkedIn, yeah.
no, or not even LinkedIn. I'm talking about life now.
Oh,
I'm talking
life.
about
Okay.
life.
Hmm.
Does that happen? Is that true? You get a lot of people
Yeah,
wanting something from you?
somehow, but you got to separate from that type of environment. If you don't- if you still surrounded for
I
those
have
people
that.
that keep, okay, so you're on the wrong place. Got to get up. Got to get up to the next level. Got to get uncomfortable because yeah, you're on the wrong place right now. You around friends, family, and people that they call you friends that they're not your friends, and you're just too exposed to all this BS. That's why I change my number so much. Every time I break a step on leadership, I change my number. How many times I change a number from 904 to 407 to I changed in the last year and a half, 2 years. I changed three numbers because I want to throw the data away, those people away, and that's it. The one thing about my business is that I do right. I will never want my people to be suffering. I want them to represent me because they're doing well, right? So I never had that problem where the employees come and ask me for money. They may go through a cancer, whatever. What we do, we probably collect money from everybody, and then we put a $20,000 pocket. So because we know that the problem that they got to do, that they're gonna be off work, whatever, right? But that's different.
Before, just whilst we're on the health thing, by the way, gathering money, I found myself at the Health 10x Health booth with you. You remember we
Hmm.
were there? Like, I don't know what the hell were you doing there at 6 o'clock in the morning or something. We were there before it opened in Vegas. People are
We
going
just we
partying.
just we just committed, bro.
We were at Starbucks coffee. I bumped into there and we went to the lounge, and you bought me an IV drip,
Yeah,
and then you gave me your transparent Amex card, and you told the guy to buy me the full health check scan bloods. Do you remember that, or do you not
hundred
even?
percent. I tell you, I got the biggest heart, the softest heart. Yeah,
You
I
spent over
don't.
$1,000 on me on my health.
Hundred
But I also
percent.
want to tell you something. Off the back of that report, they said I was borderline pre-diabetic. I had a what's called a hemoglobin A1C of 6.0%. So that's pretty bad. It's very high blood sugar. I had
Hmm.
a one-on-one call with Dr. Carrie, who is like the number two from Gary Brecker, who's taken over 10x Health. She got a call. She goes, I don't know where this sugar's coming from. I'm like, I don't do soda. I do black coffee and everything. She goes, wear one of these glucose monitors on your arm, and it's going to tell you. Holy damn! I wore one of
Where it
those.
was coming?
It's coming. It's sneaking in like balsamic vinegar.
Wow.
I'm in Switzerland, so we might have a small croissant occasionally, but a corner of a croissant just sends it crazy because I'm
Wow.
genetically deep predispositioned as from my ethnic origins of all like India, Pakistan, and all that. I'm genetically predispositioned that I react differently to like Europeans, and I'm in Europe, and I found all that. I cut it out, and I've managed to reduce my blood sugar, and it's now at a safe level. So thank
Wow.
you, Victor,
100%.
for helping me out with my health.
Hundred
You didn't
percent.
know that, did you?
This is my list of results that came from that I already fixed.
You fix them?
From Oh yeah. So the only bad ones was no Red Bull, nothing like that. But it says I got to
What
drink
was your
more
HB?
coffee.
What was your HbA1c? Do you have that or on that list or
I
not?
don't know. I don't know what that means. All I know, I'm healthy as hell, and I got my packages. I got all my Victor Galvan packages, all my vitamins here, all my
Oh,
weight prescription, and all that stuff. So if I don't need, this is enough. Almost, I still gotta eat, right? But
yeah,
yeah, it changed my life. I know exactly what's wrong with my body. So my B12 was, I wasn't, my cells wasn't awake. It wasn't picking up the cells wasn't collecting B12. So guess what? I got enough B12. So they also identify, I don't drink much, but they also identified that the wine or the alcohol was draining a little bit. If it was no B12, there was saturating my body like crazy. So I'm like, no wonder sometimes I feel like crap, right? If I drink a glass of wine, whatever.
yeah,
So that was the biggest thing. So on the other one, no pastas, no sodium foods like canned foods. Anything else, no problem. I can eat as much as I can eat, like 80% fat from cook
yeah.
from home, and no problem. Like my health is so perfect. I'm like, fuck, this is good.
Amazing, man. So, but thanks. I want to tell you that because I wouldn't have
But
been.
you
I would
okay
have done
now?
it.
You okay now? Let's go. Let's
Let's
go.
go.
100%. Hundred
Let's go.
percent.
Victor, tell me about before I go. Tell me about the 20. I've got a question. What's the 24/7 mindset that you talk about? What is? Can you just define it? I listen to your podcast,
I
24/7
I
mindset.
I believe. You remember people's doing 40%. So they got a person inside them that always want big things. They always want to go after more. And sometimes that person wake up. So that's why sometimes people do better. They raise it to 60, 80%, and they're crushing it. It's the 24/7 mindset person that you got inside you. That's inside you that you don't let come out. Be that person. Let that person come out. Let the inside person be the new person and get rid of the old one. That's what 24/7 mindset mean. You got to be obsessed to go after after whatever you want to do, after your wins, after your success, after your family, after whatever you have. You got to be obsessed to be successful, because if not, you're not going to make it. Because if you that person, you are that leader, be careful who's telling you good job, because you look at him, what he achieved, where he's going. Did he get in the right way? Did he achieve bigger things than you? If he's getting the right way and achieve better things than you, listen to them. But if not, just keep going. You gotta push yourself. So that's the 24/7 I'm talking about. You gotta be that dog that follows the truck, that follow that stake. You
And
gotta
that
be
main
that
truck, yeah.
person that push yourself. You have to push yourself. You don't allow others to tell you good job. You have to tell yourself. You got to push yourself. You got to tell yourself you're doing a good job. That's the 24/7 mindset that I talk about. You have to get that person that inside you that wants bigger things, that wants the Rolex, that wants the cars, that wants the bigger house, that wants the big money. Get them out. Go after the big money. Go after the Rolex, and that's gonna put you to think and say, "What the hell I just did?" But it's going to push your mind to go after more money. It's going to push yourself to, it's going to put you in a comfortable area so you can go for more. That's 24/7 mindset.
But why do we want to go for more?
Why not?
Why when we've got enough? That's what I
Who,
hear.
who has enough? Whoever's comfortable. I don't think God or the universe or whoever you believe on it want you in this life. You always got to go for more, because as you go for more, automatically you create more opportunities, you create more space, you impact more people, you help more people, because the more the better you're doing, your heart gets better and you start supporting more. You carry a bigger team. So always go
Okay.
for more.
So
You
it's
have to for others.
for others.
When you get to a level, it's not for you no more. It's for others. And
Got it, man.
that's where success comes in. That's when the fun comes in. That's when you say, I will never, never, never retire. That's me. I will never retire. Why? I'm enjoy what I do now.
I feel the same way, man. I
A
do.
100%. 100%. Yeah. So
No, amazing. Thanks, Victor. Hey, man, I wanted access to your brain to ask my questions, for, and get to know you a bit more. Thanks so much for sharing this time with me. I
100%.
I know you're a big believer in AI too in the future. You're investing in AI as well, right? In your
I don't know
companies.
much, but I'm investing. Yeah, 100%. You have to. You have to. If guys, if you're not growing, you're dying, right?
Yeah.
You're going to invest in a lot of AI. Be careful, right? How do you invest? Because there's a lot of programs, a lot of situations, a lot of things moving, right? But the key of all this is you got to stay moving with whatever's changing, because if you don't start right now and you wait for later, you just lost all this growth and all this experience that can help you identify the right decisions, where AI is going and how you're going to invest and how you're going to become millionaire right from that. So I always say that I it's like adding a software. I'm implementing a software, may take me 6 months, and there's a new one coming in. I'm already pushing this one and bringing another one and kicking this one out. But you always got to be implementing. Even if I haven't paid the year package, I'll pay the year and get rid of it, because a lot of times the dollar sign will stop you from growing. So what I'm saying, always stay adapt to what's moving, what's hot out there, and I'm not saying follow the shiny objects. I'm just saying stay consistent on what your vision and what you believe to achieve that.
Okay, man. Thank you so much. I'm gonna do that then. So, okay, so that's actually one thing. Another thing I've got for you. So, if my subscription is not serving me, just throw it away and just get the new one and just keep testing, keep pushing.